back to Simple and Healthy Mama. I'm Kate. My husband Marcus and I have 2 kids, ages 5 and 7. And today is a big day because it is the first decluttering video of my whole house decluttering series that I started with an intro video last time. If you missed it, you can catch it right here where I gave a before walkthrough of our house. Now I am endeavoring to declutter and minimize our possessions by the end of 2020 because some good things have to happen in 2020. I decided to start with the dining room because a lot of decluttering things recommend that you start with an area or a category that's not going to be too difficult for you. So they don't want you starting with lots of sentimental things, and our dining room seemed like a good place. Plus, it was absolutely full of clutter. I learned some things from this already. I learned that it's a bigger task than I thought it would be. I really better get my butt in motion if I think I'm gonna finish this house by the end of the year. And I agree with other minimalist and decluttering videos that there are certain things that are just going to be harder. And I think rather than getting stuck on those, I'm just going to do my best with it and then set what's left aside and move on, because I'm going to grow my decluttering muscles as I go through our house, and this will hopefully get easier. I think as I see my life taking shape into what I really want it to be, which is much more simplified and calm, I will have even more motivation to just let go of things that are not serving me. So as you can see, it was really hard for me to focus on one area. There was so much stuff that I had to just keep picking away at it. So I don't know what strategy that is. And the whole thing was more time consuming and more frustrating than I thought it would be. I thought the dining room was an easy one. And honestly, it really wasn't that easy. Why wasn't it easy? Because there was so much stuff in it. So I have to be honest with you guys. Well, I don't have to be. That's actually part of the problem. I think on social media, people are often not honest. So I started making this video trying to make it look like other people's cool decluttering videos and making it look really impressive how much I got done in one day or one afternoon. But really, I couldn't get it all done in one day because in real life, I'm a mom. In real life, we have a house, we have a dog, we have COVID, we have distance learning. And so I was able to get a lot done in one day, but the next day, after I supposedly decluttered the dining room, we woke up and my husband called to me from downstairs and said, "Are you awake enough to be teased?" "Yeah." "You just moved everything from the dining room into the kitchen." I laughed. It kind of looked like that's what had happened because we still had about 5 boxes in the kitchen that had been in the dining room. Now I did go through a ton of stuff and get rid of things, sort things, deal with things. Some of these are my husband's personal effects that he is going to have to decide where they live or if he even wants them, but that's not something I can decide for him. Something I have definitely learned listening to a lot of decluttering and minimizing videos on YouTube is that you shouldn't do other people's stuff for them, just do your own. But my husband had stuff in the dining room, so some of this has to go somewhere else because it definitely doesn't live in boxes on our dining room floor. These are college notebooks, and I've got syllabi from all sorts of classes I took, and for some reason I can't get rid of these. I mean, I can, and I'm going to, but it's hard for me. I feel like if I throw away the notebooks that I worked so hard to take my notes in, that I'm throwing away the value of my college education because I don't remember a lot of what I learned, and that the value is in these notebooks. Am I out of my mind? Because it's not like I'm doing anything with these. Now, I will scan the syllabi before I recycle them because I don't foresee going back to school. I've already gone back to school, but if I were to go back to school again, sometimes they ask you for past syllabi. So I hate to tell you to keep something, but that's something you might actually want to keep. But really the rest of this should be able to go. I think the best thing here is to commit to going through and getting rid of everything in this box. No, I can't do it. I can't do it, you guys, I can't do it. So honestly, guys, I'm just exhausted. This didn't go how I thought it would go. I mean, it kind of did and it kind of didn't, and it was hard. It was really hard. Why is it so hard to get rid of stuff when I know that I want to get rid of stuff? I feel like I didn't get rid of that much from this room, and I need to do that. But I also learned that a lot of things in our house just aren't where they're supposed to go. These 3 boxes are still here, so I don't know. I feel like a fraud posting a decluttering video when I still have 3 boxes in my kitchen. We needed to put these tools away in the garage, but I needed to do it with Marcus because I needed him to know where they were. We are doing DIY home reno on a lot of different things in our house, and he needs to know where the tools are organized because he is more likely to go looking for a tool than I am. And if he doesn't know where something is, then he asks for my help finding it, which kind of drives me nuts. He knows this. This is public knowledge for anyone who knows us. So I don't think I'm like airing our dirty laundry here. But he often can't find things. And so we're trying to find systems and get boxes labeled in the garage so that he can find things when he needs them. So you may have noticed that I didn't actually even open these cupboards when I was doing my decluttering. I kind of forgot that they existed, but I also feel like I already did declutter those. I'm not sure if that is true, so let's look in here now. So looking at the top here, we've got some vases. Down here we've got a set of cocktail glasses. We actually really like these, and we do use them when people come over, if people are ever able to come over again. So here's what I'm not sure about. These were my parents. I like them, they're adorable, and I'm not sure if I should keep these or just use something else on those days. But I have space for them, so they're here. Just because you have space for something, I'm not sure that means you should keep it. And then there are adorable matching plates, and they have different little gnomes on each one. I don't know, guys, I don't know. Okay, let's look in the other side. All right, so in this cabinet, we've got just a couple of sentimental things. A teapot that was my grandmother's. It even has a dent from when she was a little girl and she was swinging it and banged it into something. And then we've got our stemware. Stemware sounds so fancy. And then I have one set of dishes that aren't our everyday dishes, and I'm gonna keep these for now. I really love these. These were my grandmother's. They're really fun, and they're mix and match. So even if you do break one or two, it all still goes together. And the bottom cupboards our kids use. It's called their cubby hole. Family tradition. My brother and I each had one. Now my kids each have one. This is a space where they can keep all the junk that I would prefer to throw away, but they are allowed to keep it as long as it is in here. It is not alive and it doesn't smell. Seems reasonable. So if they have a treasure that to me would be trash, it can go in there. If they have letters they're writing their friends or from their friends, they have special rocks, leaves, whatever. If it doesn't smell, it's not alive, and it fits in the cupboard, they can keep it, whatever it is. So I haven't totally decluttered those yet, or maybe I have. I haven't decided if I'm finished. So I think for this layer, we're good. I'm gonna call it done. So here's the after tour. This mirror that I got to go with the corner hutches. See how that coordinates? We have a little bit of a mix match of chairs, but I've always liked that look, and I love this table. Those corner hutches, and a couple of plants. Over here, I do have a giant ball of yarn. That's for an upcoming video. I don't know where else to put it, guys. And a mirror that I'd like to hang in the living room. So part of what I learned from doing our dining room is that I have a long way to go in honing my skills toward a more minimalist lifestyle, but that I can totally do this and that it feels so good to have spaces cleared of clutter. If you enjoyed watching this video, please help a mama out and hit subscribe and like right below. I hope some of you are joining me on my decluttering journey. Post your results below or ask any questions I can try and help you with, or we can figure out the answer together. Until next time, you've got this, mamas.